The Evil Eye was released in 1995 and is for levels 4 to 6. Written by Steve Kurtz with interior art by Mark Nelson and a cover by Jeff Easley. It is 64 pages and comes with a full-size poster map. It takes place in Invidia, which is a typical Eastern European medieval domain. It is a companion module to Van Richten's Guide to the Vistani. The Dark Lord of Invidia is Gabriella Adriere. God, these names. I'm going to go with Adriere. We'll just call her Gabriella for the rest of the review. A half Vistani witch with the power to cast spells through the Evil Eye. Gabriella is cursed to never find happiness. She hates the Vistani and just goes around causing misery wherever and whenever she can. Mainly through seducing and charming men, breaking up marriages, that type of thing. She holds no seat of political power, but she does rule the domain, nonetheless. She is ruthless. She watched her mother die without lifting a finger to help her, and slew the former lord of the domain, a werewolf, without a second thought. Almost a year before this adventure takes place, Gabriella was seduced by the gentleman caller. 9 months later, she bore a child and named him Malocchio. Think Damien from The Omen, and you have Malocchio. He ages several years within a few months and has special powers. He also hates the Vistani, but he hates them far more than anything else, and he is one of the legendary Dukar. You see, the gentleman caller, well, he's a demon. And he's trapped in Ravenloft. And he seduces women, and he has several special children throughout Ravenloft. Now, nobody's sure what his end goal is, but most suspect it's for him to escape. He knew exactly what he was doing when he seduced Gabriella, and he becomes a prominent figure in the Ravenloft campaign setting. Malocchio is the Antichrist. He has the power to bring about the destruction of Ravenloft and can teleport anywhere he wants to, in or outside of Ravenloft. He is slowly learning about his powers and his destiny, and he hates the Vistani because they alone know how to stop him, and that is the premise of this adventure. The heroes find themselves in the domain of Invidia. There's a big festival taking place in the town of Carina. The heroes get a boat ride from former Dark Lord of Arkandel, Nathan Timothy, a werewolf. The heroes will survive an attack from several wolves before arriving in the town of Carina. The heroes will have several encounters in Carina, including an encounter with the Vistani. The Vistani tell the heroes of the danger Malocchio represents and what he is. The Vistani cannot get close to him, so they need the heroes to hit Malocchio with a magical item which they created, which will negate some of his powers and bind him to the domain of Invidia, where he will no longer be a universal threat. The heroes will also attend a dogfight, which can turn out to be real bad, since it ends up being a people fight in some ways, for the heroes, or they can make some allies. The heroes will have to make their way to Cliff House, where Gabriella is being held prisoner by her son, and she's also been driven a little mad by him as well. The Midnight Slasher makes an appearance as well to complicate things, but in the end the heroes will hit Malocchio with the magic item, succeeding in their quest. The ending is a little ambiguous and can go several ways. However, in canon, Malocchio becomes the Dark Lord of Invidia, and Gabrielle recovers and forms a resistance group to try and dethrone her son. But Malocchio was hit with the magical stuff, so he cannot leave Invidia. The adventure itself is really good and has a real non-linear structure. The only thing the heroes must really do is meet with the Vistani and go to Cliff House. All of the other encounters in Carina are optional and can go several ways. The domain and its Dark Lord are detailed very well, and this is the most extensive write-up on the domain of Invidia and makes this module worth getting. However, the Evil Eye is one of the most important modules in Ravenloft history. From this module, several big plot lines in the world of Ravenloft spring up. The Gentleman Caller and his special children are the basis for a major storyline years later down the road in the production line of Ravenloft. Malaccio himself is very important. His relentless persecution of the Vistani after this adventure alienates many Dark Lords and has the potential to start a world war on the core of Ravenloft. If the war plays out like hinted at in future Ravenloft products, the effects will be devastating, especially on the normal citizens of the realm. Then of course there's always the possibility of Malaccio, he will get his powers back and destroy the world. Add in special appearances by the Midnight Slasher and the former Dark Lord Nathan Timothy, and this adventure module is a must-buy. Welcome to NVIDIA, where Vistani curses come to their terrible fruition. As a young girl, Gabriella Arriero was warned by her mother never to have children. A man, a babe, a home, these things can never be for you, for tragedy will be the only result. Now the witch Gabriella has disobeyed her mother and born a child, an abomination that could spell doom for Vistani everywhere. Gabriella has learned too late the truth of her mother's prophecy. The Evil Eye is a series of 6 scenarios invoking the Vistani and their most hated nemesis, the legendary Dukar. The adventurers uncover the hidden secrets of Carina, the largest town in NVIDIA, and home to the most terrifying festival in Ravenloft. The heroes will arrive to see a town in the throes of carnival, a time when ghosts and madmen, werewolves and gypsies all mingle under the waxing moon. Inside this package is a 64-page book containing all the information needed to run the Evil Eye, plus a full color map sheet showing the land of NVIDIA. Van Richten's Guide to the Vistani and Van Richten's Guide to Fiends are helpful sources of information to expand and enrich these adventures, but are not necessary for play.